Okay. Hey everybody, once again, it's me, Bryant. Again, I'm answering the call to anime event. Now, today is a special day. And so every Friday. As y'all know, real life happens. That last Friday, I had a bad day at work. I was extremely tired. And in order for me to do the show that I want to do, rather make sure I'm okay too. With that being said, I chose not to do the show last Friday. I mean, due to the fact that I want to get some rest and recoup since that same day I just was tired from work. I was just had a bad day. My now I'm doing so like I've been doing every Friday with taking a due to the fact that I don't want to over. I could do the show like I'm doing it every Friday, back to back to back, not missing a beat. But with all things, sometimes you gotta learn to take yourself because you don't take care of yourself, take care of everybody else. Now, today's topic is gonna be Dragon Ball. Those who have been living under a rock, you anime, manga, video games, toys. It's been out there for anime that was manga artist or mangaka Akira Toriyama of the Chinese legend a a legend that I physical copy of the book for me to a lot of it was inspired by Journey to the Dragon Ball series is about Goku, who before Dragon Ball Z Monkey Boy. He who loves to eat, loves to learn new things. He didn't know who a human. He didn't know who a girl about it, and it's pretty interesting. I've been a fan of the Dragon Ball series since I can remember. I own the first season of Dragon Ball, and of course, it has spun so many spin-offs from Dragon Ball Z to Dragon Ball GT and Dragon Ball Evolution, a movie that I will be covering because though it's not as bad as the Dragon Ball, not it's not as bad as the as M Night Shyamalan Last Airbender movie. It's it's pretty up there, and it's messed up how they did it because I actually went when I was doing research on this. I looked at the trailer and it had so much potential, but y'all did my boy wrong. Now, the Dragon Ball series had two dubs in the US. One of the dubs, two of them failed. The first attempt was in 1989 and was done by Harmony Go. Now, if you don't know who Harmony Go is, it's a production company that did the Robotech series, which in Japan was known as the Macross Saga. And it was done. Another attempt was done in '95 and was a joint production from Funimation. Now, this one I do remember because it aired in syndication. It was 13 episodes, and I actually had it on DVD, the original 13 episode that they aired, and then and it did some of the movies. I think one of the movies. And I originally had this on DVD. I kind of kicked myself for losing it because it's hard to find nowadays. And of course, once Dragon Ball Z became popular, then on Toonami with who remembers Toonami? Toonami was an amazing block of shows on Cartoon Network, by the way. But once Dragon Ball Z was done and they realized, hey, Dragon Ball Z is popular, maybe we should go back and let them see where Goku started. They did it in an in-house ADR studio for redistribution in the US. Now, some of the characters, of course, we know Goku. He is kind, pure-hearted, loves food, and loves strong opponents. Bulma, the tomboy and girly side, who become Goku's first friend other than outside of his grandpa Gohan. And if you have not seen the series, I'm gonna spoil it some. Bulma actually suits Goku in one of the first episodes. And I mean, it's kind of interesting there. It's like a brotherly, sisterly love that they have for each other because at the time, Bulma is, I think, he mentioned 16 or 17. And Goku is a little boy. Bulma is the first girl he ever meets. He pretty much lived his life, just all he knew was his grandpa Gohan and that was and the Dragon Ball and that was it. And he even didn't know about the Dragon Balls until other than the 4-star ball that his grandpa left him. Next on our character, and this is just part one. I'm not gonna do part two yet of these characters. Part two, the next characters are Oolong and Puar, and I put them together because they both have the ability to transform. Oolong is pretty much a pervert. He's cynical, and he's the type of person that you get into a fight with somebody, he ain't gonna have your back. He's gonna take off like a bat out of hell and run far, far away and let you do all the fighting. Puar, he's loyal and is Yamcha's best friend, and they was actually in a class in transformation class together, if I remember right. And what ended up happening, it was Oolong dropped out, so he can't hold his transformation, but for so long. Puar can hold his transformation as long as he wants. Then we have, of course, Master Roshi, Master of the Kamehameha Wave. He's, again, a pervert, a bigger pervert than Oolong, and he is a master martial artist and a turtle hermit. He trains Goku. He trains later on Krillin, Yamcha. He is one of the first ones when we see the first Kamehameha wave, a move that we have all tried as a kid. If you haven't, and if you're a fan said you haven't tried to do the Kamehameha, then why not? Heck, you don't know you can do it till you try. We also have the Desert Bandit Yamcha, who is Puar's best friend. And of course, we have our villains for the first part of the series, Emperor Pilaf, Mai, and Su. And Emperor Pilaf wants the Dragon Balls because he wants to rule the world, of course. Major villain there. Now the show is filled with a lot of comedy, a lot of adventure. It's one of the shows where you have to watch it beginning to end to see what happens because a lot of things changes. There are a lot of characters that Goku encounters the throughout the season, and with the world, and he also gets the chance to trade with Master Roshi. You also get to meet Chi Chi, Ox King, a lot of different enemies throughout the first part that we never get a chance to meet, and we did, and some who we didn't know about. Some this is our first time meeting them. Tien Sinhan, Chao Su, even Piccolo, King Piccolo, we is pretty much makes his debut in the series, but the Piccolo that we know and love also appears in this series also as well, and that's the Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z. So to those that thought Dragon Ball Z was first, no, 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 no. You need to go back and watch Dragon Ball first, and then Dragon Ball Z in that order because you missed out on a lot. The Red Ribbon Army, just Kami, King Piccolo, Tien Sinha, and Chaozu, just a lot. It was a lot that we missed out on if you did not watch the original Dragon Ball. And it's a lot to me. It was a lot way funnier than Dragon Ball Z, where Dragon Ball Z focused on the action, the adventure, the fighting. Dragon Ball focused on the adventure, true, but it was more focused on the adventure and the comedy aspect of it. Just you'll see scenes where you could just laugh. You'll be scenes where you are just wondering what the devil is Goku and I'm thinking. But there's that action, of course. How can I forget Master Roshi just hulking out to put the Ox King's castle out, and he used the Kamehameha. And I mean, Master Roshi, as you know, is a skinny old guy. All of a sudden, he bulks up and performs the first ever Kamehameha. And I mean, it's just anime at its best. Even with the Dragon Balls, which to those that don't know, the Dragon Balls itself are large crystal spheres that have there are seven of them. Each one has a star number 1 to 7, and separately they have no power whatsoever. But when brought together, you can summon. It gives the person the ability to summon in the internal dragon Sinra, and they can be granted one perfect wrist. But as we know, there are rules to it. But normally, you can wrist can be granted based on what you want. Heck, in the when our team first grant first gathers the Dragon Balls to keep even Emperor Pilaf from trying to take over the world with them. If I remember right, Udon visits for Patty, the most comfortable pair of underwear, which to me is just awesome as God knows what, and a way to stop a risk. And it's not as practical, but he came up with something. And to his defense, you see him wear them for the for a while. He wears them a good while over his head because heck, he why not? Just why not? And I mean, the series is amazing, and I love it. I grew up watching it just every morning, watching Dragon Ball and just enjoying it with my cousins. And then once Dragon Ball Z came out, which I'm gonna talk about that in part two, I will watch that and just hearing about it. Heck, I had a book at one point that told about all the characters, about the different Dragon Balls at the time, because there was only two at the time, well three until Super, and then you had a whole bunch of others. You learned about the dragons, you learned about Kame, and it was a lot. And in part two, I will be covering again Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. I mean Dragon Ball Z and GT, but there's so many different adaptations. There have been a total of two live action adaptations. One was a Korean movie, which I have not had the chance to see. Honestly, I heard about it once, and then when I did the research, I heard about it again, and we got our comment, Rose. Hey, Rose. Now, with the Korean Dragon Ball, I have yet to see it, but ooh, I'm gonna enjoy doing this one because today was a rough day in a way. We finally got a Hollywood version, Dragon Ball Evolution. All I gotta say is this: why Hollywood? Why did you have to mess up another anime, which you could have left it alone? But no, you messed up Dragon Ball, and it was pretty bad. Not as bad as M. Night Shyamalan's The Last Airbender. Ooh, but it was bad, and I don't even need to rewatch it to know how bad it was because when I looked at the trailer, I remembered everything. It was so bad. One, it was so bad. One, I'm mad that you had Emily Watson as Bulma. Emily Watson is an amazing, beautiful actress. She did Bulma so good, I can't be mad at her. But it's the fact that the movie stunk so bad that I I just can't stand that you wasted a decent talent. Jamie Chung as Chi Chi, another wasted talent on a character that was amazing in the original series. Y'all messed it up so much. One, y'all y'all started with pick at Dragon Ball as him being a teenager in high school. When we all know Goku never had any form of formal education whatsoever dang on ever. The only education he had was to be a master martial artist. That was it. Two, we got to see Grandpa Gohan. We don't see Grandpa Gohan till later on down the line, and even then, which leads me to three. Why age up Goku? Goku was just a kid. You can get a kid child actor to play Goku who so happened to be good at martial arts. We did no pure, no oolong. Master Roshi, I can't complain. Chow Yun Fat as Master Roshi, I can't complain with that one. I can't complain. His character was real good. Yamcha, Yamcha was just. I can't complain about Yamcha was so bad. I won't complain about the actors they played. They were given a script, they followed it to the letter. But come on, that movie was bad. Piccolo, Piccolo was just James Master, the monster. I messed his name up a lot. Was a good choice for Piccolo, but was too dang on soon. He could have paid the not Keith Cinnamon playing King Piccolo, but regular Piccolo. Cause regular Piccolo was could have been his type. I'm sorry. getting angry at this because I should. But if you know James Monsters from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, he could take him and Piccolo and Dragon Ball Z, and you pretty much have the same character, only with some slight differences. You could have cast anybody as King Piccolo. And who was that woman that he had? I can't remember his name. Her name. She didn't even need to be in the character. Heck, you could have had. Let me explain this, because I'm getting fired up already. Rose, you said it best. Thank you for saying that. Hollywood does not know how to do anime, period. Yes, because this is, you messed up a amazing anime series to the point where it's hated just as much as the last Airbender movie. We don't associate that. Hollywood, here's the thing. Read the manga. Watch the original Dragon Ball Z. The original Dragon Ball series, not Dragon Ball Z, because if you're gonna do it right and start with the original. Because the way y'all did it was so bad, it's a disgrace to the Dragon Ball series, point blank, period. And Netflix, if I ever hear you trying to do this one, I promise you, I will be watching y'all like a hawk to make sure it's done right. Because again, if we can change the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, us fans can change any movie that comes out because we know how we like ourselves. We know how we like our anime. And we want to see what we saw in it. The only thing I good about it was some of the effects. And I can't even say that the Kamehameha wave was that good. Just saying. It was done like, oh, well, it's an airbending move. This is not this is not the last airbender. The Kamehameha wave is not an airbender move. It's a key move. It does not specify that it's an airbender move. Y'all, if I remember right, around the time that this movie came out, the last airbender was popular. Y'all threw that airbender because of that. Come on now, Hollywood. God. But y'all did it anyhow. And we had to pay for it. And I feel bad once again for anybody to pay a ticket for this movie because it was horrible. And yes, I will admit I bought the movie and I watched it. And at first I did enjoy it. But when I was doing research on this and watching the trailer, oh my God, I remember how bad it was. And I just thought about it. Y'all did so many things wrong. Had even the Ozaru. Heck, we didn't even know it was an Ozaru. We didn't know it was a big ape. Save some of the terminology for Dragon Ball for the sequel, cause y'all could have had. God, y'all could have did this correct. Y'all could have had a trilogy, a quadrilogy, if you want to call it. The first part, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball. The second part, Dragon Ball 2. The third part, Dragon Ball Z. And the final part, Dragon Ball Z2, because cause we wouldn't worry about GT. If you wanted, you could have did GT as Dragon Ball finale. Cause not many people GT, not many people consider that one, but you could have had enough people. There's a lot of actors that would have made a good would have been cast good in those movies. Heck, The Rock. You could have The Rock playing. Who was it? Now you got me. Now I'm messed up. Who was it? Nappa. There we go. You could have had The Rock playing Nappa. Heck, you could have had Vin Diesel playing Vegeta. That would have been awesome. Hey, Vin Diesel's on there anyhow. Who wouldn't jump at the chance to play Vegeta? As for Bulma, you could keep Bulma on at Emily Watson as Bulma and the Dragon Ball Z movie, but have a young girl play her in the beginning, and so how she aged up. Do the same with Yamcha. Do the same with Krillin. Why isn't Krillin in the movie? Come on, Krillin was literally close to the same age as Goku. Y'all could have easily worked him in instead of having that one girl as Piccolo's partner. Y'all just Hollywood just no. I hate having to rip, and I hate to have to do this, but I'm gonna have to spend some time ripping this one apart because Dragon Ball Evolution is just another sucky live action adaptation of an amazing anime that should not even exist. And if I had the Dragon Balls right here, right now, oh, I would whisk it away just like that. But it exists, and we got to deal with it. But that's why I tell everybody who watches my show, if you see a live action movie based on an anime, watch the original anime first. Just watch it because sometimes Hollywood fucks things up. And Rose, I agree with you. Who they had playing Goku was just, ooh. It's like y'all need the star power. I understand that. Y'all need some big names. But what y'all don't realize is that you can have all the big names in the world. But if the story is not good and if we fans are not happy with it, we're not gonna go see the movie. And we would tear the movie down apart to a point where you may get some money, but you ain't gonna get a whole lot because all it's gonna take is just like anything else. One fan tells another fan who tells another one, and that stops y'all in y'all track. Heck, we made y'all change how the Sonic the Hedgehog looked in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Heck, we can do it now. And I'll add telling y'all now, y'all done touched Dragon Ball. That's one of my favorite series. Y'all done touched The Last Airbender. Avatar The Last Airbender. That's two. Don't y'all dare. And I mean this Hollywood. Matter of fact, y'all done touched three. Okay, y'all done touched Death Note. And I know y'all done touched Bleach. The Japanese did Bleach and they did Full Metal Alchemist, and I'm gonna have to check them out before I say anything. But y'all better not dare touch Sailor Moon because I'm sorry. Oh, but yeah, don't touch Sailor Moon. Don't touch Naruto. Don't touch Fist of the North Star. None of those good anime. Because come on, Hollywood. I know y'all can do better. I know y'all can. And y'all messed up a good anime see with that live with another city live action adaptation that sucks so bad. It's up there with The Last Airbender. Yes, I said it. But y'all did it. And I have to accept that because it's too late now. But what I can do is encourage y'all to check out the original series because the series is amazing. Dragon Ball, I have not finished watching all of Dragon Ball. I watched all the first season and I loved it. I still love it. It's one of my favorite anime series. And the quote Jill from Woke Culture, and say it with me, guys, of all time, it is one of my favorite series of all time. Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon, Ronin Warriors, which I'm gonna cover soon, and Samurai Pizza Cat. The first four anime I've ever watched, and I love it, and I continue to love it. But y'all just gotta get better at this. And there's so much I could talk about with Dragon Ball. There's so much I could cover. I could cover how King Piccolo killed one of King Piccolo's minions, killed Krillin. Krillin was actually the first death in Dragon Ball done on screen. How Goku was reunited with his grandpa Gohan in a little spiritual tournament. How Master Roshi dressed up as a martial artist known as Jackie Chung during the World Martial Arts Tournament to defeat Goku and Krillin so they wouldn't win. It is so much to this anime that what I wrote down, a page interview, is not enough. I actually gave up writing down notes for it because it's so much to cover. Dragon Ball itself is an amazing series. I love it. I will always love this series. It holds a special place in my heart. I hope to actually own the Dragon Balls one day. But by the way, my birthday's coming up July 22nd. Just saying. And you want to give me something? Just saying. Dragon Balls and a Senron figure. Because I would love to have it. Just saying. But the Dragon Ball series is just amazing. And if you have not checked it out, by all means, go watch it. Just go. It's on Hulu. If I remember, you can find it on Funimation, Amazon Prime. There's plenty of ways to watch the original Dragon Ball series. And watch it before you watch Dragon. And even if you've seen Dragon Ball Z, go back because you miss a lot with Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z, yeah, has its accent. It's great. I love it. But go back and watch Dragon Ball because the original series has a lot and introduces a lot of characters that are introduced and go and you get further lead into with Dragon Ball Z. Had Master Roshi, Goku, Piccolo, Krillin, Yamcha, Bulma, Oolong and Puar, Chi-Chi, even Ox King. Heck, the Kamehameha wave. It's so much. Launch. Oh my God, another funny character. A lady that will be a gangster 1 minute, but when she sneezes, can be real kind, and all it takes is a sneeze, and all of a sudden she's a gun-toting summer gun that would chase you down and shoot you point blank range without even thinking about it. The show is so amazing. And I mean, that's all I gotta say. And just Hollywood, just hear me out. I'm tired of seeing good anime being turned into bad live action adaptations. We fans know what we like to see. We know these anime. We've spent days on end doing marathons of the anime, reading the manga, pretending that we could do the ka me ha me ha and just pretending that we could do the feats that Goku did. That we would pretend that rocks were Dragon Balls and make our wrists. It's anime like this that inspires us. Heck, the original Dragon Ball, again, it holds a place in my heart. I love it. It it hurts me to see when a bad adaptation done, but when it comes down to it, I will always love Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball series. Now later on down the line, I will be covering Dragon Ball Z, and there's a lot I can talk about that one too. But I want to leave y'all with something nice, and it's two things I want to say. One, I am starting a podcast. I've been working on it little by little. I will let you know the details, but the name of it is going to be Bryant's Nerd Life. And I will be talking about things, not just anime. It'll be a lot of nerdy things, but I'll be talking about some issues like in mental health, stuff like that. And I can't wait for y'all to check it out. I hope to debut it soon. I will keep y'all up to date on the details. It's something that I'm going to be starting. I will have some guest hosts and hopefully people will check it out because I love talking about other stuff that other than anime, and I also love to talk about stuff that we all go through in life. Mental health, as some of y'all know, I deal with anxiety, I deal with depression, and it plays a role on the videos I do as well as in my life. So I'll be talking about things like that, but I'll also be talking about other things like Power Rangers. Which, by the way, y'all, after since 1993, I wanted the original Power, the original Megazord. I finally got it. Thank you, Hasbro, for releasing it. And yes, I bought all the three sets of figures: the T-Rex Zord, the Tyrannosaurus Zord, the Mastodon and Pterodactyl Zord, and the Triceratops and Saber-tooth Tiger Zords. All three sets separate. I will be talking about that later on. But another thing I want to leave y'all with is something positive and something that I've talked to some people about. And it's, of course, self care. Don't do what I did. By all means, I wanted, last Friday, I wanted to do this show. I was determined outright to do this show. But I finally, after talking to my Hang with the Red Soul family, thinking about it for some time, I finally realized that I won't be able to do this so every Friday like I want to. So I will be taking a lot of breaks throughout the time. Now next Friday, I am intending on doing part two of my Dragon Ball adventure, covering Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT, and then I will do part three, which will cover Dragon Ball Super, and I also will be covering some of the video games because there've been a lot from the NES games to Dragon Ball Z, Budokai, the games that we grew up loving, and I also will be covering some of the movies with Dragon Ball Z. But I encourage all y'all from my Hanging with the Red Soul family who have had my back since I started this show. And I love y'all all, by the way, because I don't tell y'all that enough. I do love y'all. And yes, Rose, even you, I love you too. Just saying. Because she loved the original Dragon Ball. Rose has been one of my supporters and one of my many supporters alongside Terry, Willow, Henny, Henny. All of y'all have had my back. And I wanted to say thank y'all. I can't thank y'all enough for y'all support throughout this. But another thing I want to tell y'all is this. Don't let anybody get y'all down. This is 2021. We are at March. I kid y'all not. Now, we don't got long. Soon it'll be April, May, and June. And July, oh, we going to turn up because July, I'm planning something big because July is my birth month. So, of course, expect me to do something for that. But we got this. We're not even at the halfway mark with 2021. We got to keep rolling. We got to keep pushing because this year will be amazing. I didn't know it. And heck, if you have not found love, you will just keep trying. Don't give up. Me, I'm going to keep trying because heck, I don't know how to give up. I don't know how to stop. I've had people, well, why don't you dating somebody? Or why don't you try this, that, and the other? Because right now I'm content, but I hope to find my right one. But until then, I'm just a nerd who enjoys his nerdy stuff, waiting for another nerd who can accept me for the nerd I am and won't tell me, well, you need to grow up and stop buying anime and manga and anime figures and Sentai stuff and just say, well, cut back some, but I love you for the nerd you are because that's what you are. Just saying. Because who is a nerd without his treasures? And I will guard my treasures, especially this one since I'm in one of the original Megazords since I can remember. So attending y'all, join me next Friday. Next Friday I start part 2 of my Dragon Ball adventure and I'll be covering Dragon Ball Z and GT. So yes, next Friday we'll be going Super Saiyan. Until then, I've been your host, your anime adventurer. Oh, had it upside down. And well, thank you for that. You will find your nerd. Yep, I hope you're right. But I've been your host, your anime adventurer, Brian Oliver. Until then, join me next Friday as I continue my journey through the world of Dragon Ball on Brian's Anime Adventure. Until then, I guess we can say it. The call has been answered. Peace, love. I love y'all all. And check out the rest of my Hang with the Wrestle TV family. They got some amazing shows lined up, by the way. Because so check them out because heck, it's Friday and y'all would have got nothing much to do. So check them out. They got some good shows coming up. By all means, check them out. Until then, love y'all.